Oh, welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, I'm gonna just say how it is, bro. I never thought it, like everything I got and everything I've been through, I never thought I would make it or make it this far or it turned out like this. If you get in my drift, I was like, all right, starting where I started, you know how everybody started like a different scenario in life. They start at it's like for me, I put it as a video game for me, but it really not. It's life. Like, all right, like say this for example, the game is life, and everybody start somewhere in life, and it don't matter if you're rich, poor, medium class, and everything. Everybody go through stuff. You're not even gonna lie, everybody. If you're not going through stuff, your parents and everything, everybody went through some stuff to get to this point in life. So basically, what I'm saying is like everybody go through stuff, but I never saw myself getting this far, or I never saw myself becoming like this. All right, my dreams was like all right. I know I keep on saying like a lot, but forgive me. But my dreams, like from a kid, like for a long time, I wanted to be a police officer. All right, I had it like I didn't know like you had to write. It's a lot of writing and reading on down and going between it. I was like, yeah. It wasn't like to put. It was more so like I just like the experience because like oh you get a gun, you get a taser, you get all this nice stuff. It was and then after I kept on going and this like in elementary and after I kept on going everything I was like dang my situation I started getting it twisted and I started having like I grew up a little bit, and that's what I say. Like, all right, nah. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna finish this story. But I'm saying like, yeah, I grew up, and like I didn't think like I was going in there with a pure heart. And then I remember what my teacher said when he said something. It was like middle school after that, but he was saying something like, if I ever become a cop, it was like no. He said I couldn't be a cop because he was like, if it was like a drug bust and everything, he'd look at the drugs. He wouldn't touch the drugs, but he would grab a whole like the money and everything. And that's when my world blew up. I went like, what? Oh wow. And then I was like, that's when my stuff I would have been like dirty cop, no cap. I know I would have because I would have been like, man, that new Mustang hit the lot and I'm driving it. But I would have. It would have caught up eventually because everything catch up eventually. You do something wrong, you're gonna get 10 folds of it. You know, you talk behind somebody back. Like today, I saw somebody like, all right, you know how people you got them people who like got like stuff going on. You be like, oh, okay, yeah, homeless people and everything like that. I was in the middle. I'm out here playing on my phone, and then I'm waiting for the time to take to go on. 5 minutes. I'm trying to get out here. All right, woman coming across. They out here behind us and everything, talking to the manager, just talking out and everything. And sometimes if you really listen, like actually listen what they saying, they drop wisdom and drop dimes on you and everything. What's going on everything? Because we're in our comfortable house and everything, and while they out on the streets they really know what going on with their ear to the ground. So if you take like that like from a point of view, you just like dang, yeah, he actually saying something, man. If you really listen and everything what they actually say, if you use your discernment and everything and be like, oh, okay, he actually talking a couple facts. Okay, he actually hitting that. All right, so that's what basically was going on. And then, wow, and I think I don't know, his mom was there, and I want to say they was homeless. They just, they off the rocket and everything. But what's called at the same time when he was saying stuff like that and everything, talking to the manager, what's called it was a woman and another woman. They was talking behind about them and everything, trying to get me a draw in. I'm out here. No. I said, you need people, and I need people in the world like that. They make the world more interesting. because you talk to them, you actually talk to them, they make your they be like, and everything, make color to your world and everything. Just be careful of the information you take in. So after I was talking to I was sitting there, and it was like, and then the girl on like only one cashier on down from the thing, and she was like, she said something about old girl laugh and everything. And yes, she do got a funny laugh, but the fact was like, dang, she is right here. Even I was able to hear you, and I'm gonna hear like, and they talking about them like, right, I'm gonna hear like, that's not a good environment to be in. But the main thing is like, all right, when I first started, where I started with a life story. All right, I say a life story. I say something like, when I never saw myself getting this far. I never saw myself becoming a rapper, streamer, whatever. Never in this like category. But at the same time, I was like, this. First of all, let me get this off of my. Hey, Jane, thanks for joining. I was getting a little lonely. I was getting a little lonely in here. I was like, where is he at? Where she at? I was like, bro, where are you at? Where are you at? And I was getting a little lonely up in here. I was like, dang. I was like, man. But nah, I was telling them about like on this group thing, about where it was like how people was talking about each other, but they like they're not even like far away from it. It's like, I'm like, and don't forget, like, if you ever in a situation where it don't feel right, and it's like people talking like about each other and everything, don't like, you gotta remember, your silence is an answer too. So sometimes it's good to step up for people too, because like your silence is an answer too, because you not telling them, like, you try to be diverse, but like if you not trying to ante up and get everything on there, I throw in a slide comment to them, be like, yeah, but they bring light to the world and everything, because homeless people, if you actually talk to them and actually pick their brain, you will learn like different new stuff and everything. That's not just me, because it was this one homeless person I actually gave something like a long time ago, and then but he was chilling over there, and then when I actually talked to him, this man opened my eyes. I'm talking like, he was smart. I'm talking about like, yeah, we see him right now at this level, but at, I don't know what life of Walt he was doing, but that man was smart. The dude behind me at Kroger, he was with his mom, and you had two workers laughing, talking, and then one was like, the young girl was like, she was laughing at old girl, how she was laughing. I was like, nah, bro, this is just too much and everything. I mean, not too much, it's just like unnecessary at this point. Like, I don't like being in them situation where people talking about each other and everything. But the whole day I was being like, when I think back, because God was trying to remind me this whole day, like all the stuff I have, because my memory, it's like, I got a good memory. Don't get me wrong, I got a good memory and everything, but I be forgetting the stuff I be going through. And then I got to like actually think like Jimmy Neutron, like I had a brain blast and everything. But at the same time, I'm up here like, man, I don't say it out loud, because like at some point, because I be talking to myself, but I don't want nobody know I'm talking to myself. So I be having one earbud in, or I be like, if it really something on like I can't be messing with, like if something getting on my nerves or something, I need to talk to God, I go into a corner and I talk to him. But like I be like, you know how people on the street, they be talking crazy and everything. Them demons be, I swore to myself, I said I'll never let a demon make me look crazy in front of people like that. Now if like my only around my mom when it was like one of them times because I was like, they was messing with me so much. I was like, you know what? And then I get in this lock mode and I start talking and everything. But I try not to do that out in public. But at the same time, I was like, in my head, I was being ungrateful. All right, this is like, because I'm out here like from a young age. I didn't really want to be in the. I wanted people to notice me and everything like other that, everything like that. Everybody go through that phase and be like, damn, see me, motherfucker. And everything, and you out here like you want to be cool kids and you want to be all that, you want to do all this and everything with them, and then, but you out here like, all right, that's not your pack and everything, so you moving on with life and you still got that little urge and everything, and then you out here like fame on everything eats you away. But at the same time, just like I wasn't being grateful. All right, you know how they say if it cause like if you go to God, Yahweh, sorry, excuse me, you gotta like you ask. It's like you ask, like for me, like, all right, the stuff I got right now, I'm gonna be truthfully honest with you. The stuff I got right now, I was being ungrateful for it because I know I worked and I saved up for it, but I was like, the dreams he showed me in my head, I was like, here, I'm trying to get to the next level. I'm trying to get to the fame, and you gotta be careful with that because sometimes them dreams not always from God. And if you get my drift and everything, sometimes the devil bless too, and you gotta be careful in that and everything. But what I'm saying is, like, you gotta think even through the bad time. Like right now, I'm cleaning up bathrooms and I'm still doing stuff what I didn't think I would come back to and everything. But I was like, man, only if I can touch that goal or anything. Nah, we getting it. Like, I want to start like where it all like started from. All right, let me take you back to, all right, middle school. Middle school was ass. I mean, middle school, I forgot to not cuss. But in middle school, all right, I have friends, but what's it called, like, I'd say 6th grade year, I was living down in the West End, and it was hoes. We had house, we had stuff going on in the house. It was a chaotic moment in time. I say my dad was alcoholic and my mom and everything, but they sober up and everything they went through. Their God healed them from their past and everything. And but through that thing and everything, we, like, don't get us wrong, we had money, but we didn't have money. Like, we be able to eat and everything, but sometimes the water get cut off and everything. So I was like, through that childhood right there, from going to school, and I'm saying like the West End wasn't like it was like preparing you, but at the same time, like, man, it was like everybody was buying Jordans and everything. We didn't have no nice clothes and everything, but we still had clothes and everything. So I was like, I'm trying to jump around the thing without saying it, but you get my drift. What what's called. So, wow, all right, 6th grade, elementary, it didn't phase us for real. We probably did stink back then in elementary, but it was so many kind people. I mean, like, if I had to travel back then to like a school period, I'll go elementary. Man, that was the best fun ever. Food, everything. Middle school, that's when life walked me and brothers down. Because, like, we did stink. We stunk bad. Because when we went through our old clothes to like years later, we found the old clothes we used to wear, and it was like in a storage unit. And then, like, we smelled it, and we was tossing it like hot potato. We was like, oh my God, what's that smell? And then when we smelled what we were smelling, because we live with animals too. So I grew up with like German shepherds and all of them. I grew up with all of them, all of the dogs. So that's why I'm used to being around dogs, cats, and all of that and everything. I say, like, for real, I say like animals. That's why I said personally, I get me a tiger. I get me like one of them, because I've been around animals. I'm straight with them and everything. A tiger is a big step and everything, but sometimes you got to take a big risk. You can race it up and everything, but what's it called? All right, it's the fact we grew up like that and everything. We grew up poor, but we still have food and everything. I never saw myself being like in these positions and everything, but the way I was moving, I say I was doing like, we had light around us. We knew about God, but at the same time, we was operating. Me, I can't speak for everybody else, but me, I was operating like, it's like some like this is it. Like, I didn't even see nothing past it. So whatever. What's it called? Every time we kept on going to school, you got the bully thing and you got smelling Ari, but you always find your people in school. It'd be like it still hang with, and they want to judge you off your that part of life you in. But we had that judgment, and then we just kept on going in life. 7th grade, it got better. We was bouncing around like auntie house, bouncing around different places and everything. And then that's when what's it called, 8th grade. It just like, I say, all right, I know I'm everywhere, but I say, when we was bouncing around and we was doing this and other stuff and everything, I say, and that like people their mind state, like even going through stuff like that, they be like depressed and everything, but I wasn't depressed. I mean, it was like here and there, but I wasn't depressed. Because I tried to hide it, but it was so many. We was around a lot of kids who just like that, so I wasn't depressed in that fact. But God kept on because when I look back, I be like, dang, God bless us, because I did this dumb thing. I did this. This is the dumbest thing I ever did. I thank God didn't pull the trigger on everything. It was a BB gun what my dad had. I was like, it was a see-through on one, and I was just like one of them bad kids. I took it and I went from the side of the house, and I was trying to pull the trigger, and GTA. But what's it called? And then nothing was coming out. It was loaded, cotton, and everything. And then I did this. I took it. I didn't know better. I took it and I looked down the barrel. I swear, I even think about it sometime today. That's one of the dumbest stuff I'm glad I ever did. Like, not ever did, but the stuff I thank God it didn't go through it, because I had it right here. I felt the wind, and when I pulled it and everything, nothing came out, and I thought it was broke. That was like, and even into me, I was like, man, that was the worst dumb thing I ever done. I done a lot of dumb stuff, but the fact was, God made sure on no BB. It was like the metal pellets, because everybody in the West End when we was growing up, Weeda. I hope Weeda doing well. I don't know his real name. We just called him Weeda. But I hope he doing well too. But they all ran around with BB guns and everything, and they had the smooth part of the street. We had the bumpy road of the street, and I was like, man, they always got smooth, but we couldn't really do much and everything because like they had BB guns. I didn't have no BB gun. Now down the street, Marcus, I remember one time he was, not his brother, he had like a BB gun, and he was gonna take me to the store and go get it, but it was late at night, and I went like, nah brother, I'm going home. And then, but it was just so much stuff like could have happened, but it didn't happen. It did happen, and I would say I give props to Weeda, because like we have this friendship. Like, all right, Weeda, he had to grow. Like, we had our stuff and going on and everything, but you got to remember, everybody in that situation had different things going on, but they were still trying to put on a a mask, like nothing going on. They lived in a nice house on the thing, and they still was going through stuff behind closed door. Weeda, I say, in that time frame, he was like a good friend of ours because we knew their parents. Well, I wasn't close. Weeda was I say he was a good friend of mine at the time, and I don't know where he doing now. I hope he's doing well. Blessings out to him and everything. But at the time, I said something. We did get in a little fight scuffle, but it'd be like one day we good, one day we not. But he still had a business he was still rolling on. But in it just be different times. It just be flip flop. But at the same time, when I think back, I be like, because when he tell us don't come on that street no more, it be like he be protecting us at the same time. Just hear me out. Because like he has stuff going on behind the scenes. That's all I'm gonna say about his stuff. But on behind the scene, he had everybody on lockdown on that side. He was same age as us, and we was just in probably elementary, going on to not somewhere in elementary summertime, because we was in middle school. We didn't play out in the streets like that, kid and everything. But at the same time, he was like, nah, y'all don't go into the street and everything. Pit bull fights and all that other stuff. But at the same time, some days he would come over on our street and we'd play tag and everything like that. But it's just like I'm everywhere, but I'm trying to gather it, because when I'm talking to you, I'm out here like that Weeda situation. I haven't thought about that in a long time, because I'm out here like, man, things just be like, when you think back to things, like I'm glad I'm thinking back on things and how things went out. But like I gotta be learn how to be more grateful, because I do be asking God for a lot of stuff. Like hidden I be trying to go big, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. When he give me that like, it be two things. I tell you this, it was a companion, right? I be asking for that. I went back and forth and everything with them, like because I've been around the people who dog girls out. I had invites to do that too, but I never done that, because our parents raised us like, you should never do that. It's like old school type and everything. I just whatever. But I've been around that type of environment, like, hey, she did this, I'm gonna go do this, and they run it up our even if she don't do nothing, they got a roster of females and everything, and then they try to get me in there do the sports and everything. But I was like, nah, I'm straight off of that. But at the same time, it was just like I'd be going back and forth like with God and everything. I'd be like, damn, when you gonna give me mine and everything? And then like I'm out here like I'm passing up everything, and man, I be doing the off brand, because I try a strong hand on God. I be like what I do with people and everything. I be trying to hit them with the you don't give me her by this type of time, I'm gonna hit up old girl. And be like, go on here, and then I be going back and forth and everything. I don't hit up old girl though, but I be going back and forth trying to strong hand them and everything. That stuff don't work. But at the same time, it just like being grateful of what the stuff you do have and what you don't have. Sometimes it's good to say no, because I actually wanted a Mustang like when I was younger. You know what? If I got that Mustang when I was younger, I would. Oh hell, it'd be like Hellcat. If I got me a Hellcat right now with no garage, it'd get stolen off rip. But I'll be broke. I'll be broker than usual, because I'll be powering that. You'll hear me, all the way down the street. I wouldn't even give it a break. But until I had to pay that car bill, or the what's that stuff to fix the car. It just like many times God came through for me. Like it's something all up. Many times He came through for me. But at all the times, like it just been like I I'm not bragging. I don't want to ever seem like I'm bragging and everything, but this when I look around my room, I be like, dang, like yeah, I don't have like I don't really even mess with Jordans like that, but they are painful. I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at some sevens and everything, like Jordan sevens and everything. I was like, I can't go back. I can't go back, my guy. I can't do that. I cannot slide in some Jordan because I just can't do it. I'm actually like New Balance and everything. I saw some New Balance today. I'm up here like I just got they comfortable, but I got these things where I can slide them in. So like I don't have all the clothes. I don't have a lot of clothes for real. But I don't have all this other stuff. But at the same time, like the stuff I do have, I got some nice stuff and everything. But I got blessed with it and everything. I'm up here like, man. So what the point I'm getting to and everything, just look around. Sometimes when you don't have nothing, you really got something. And on top of that, he remind me like you don't think you have nothing for real. Look at your life for example. I was thinking like because my mom always told me like you got to be grateful for your life to blink to walk to do be able to talk be able to do any of this stuff. What's it called? It don't work like automatically. I'm up here like this is like yeah I was being ungrateful for my thing. I was like man I supposed to be able when I say that my voice was gone. I'm talking about for a couple weeks and a couple months. I was drinking hot tea and everything. With some what's that thing called? That honey, not a honey pack, but what's it called? It's cough drops. I was taking them and everything. Man, brother, that stuff was not working. My eyes was messing with me and everything. I'm out here taking allergy medicine. Nah, that's when I was like, and that's when it came to me. I was like, Yeshua, I understand now. Please recover. Please let me recover my voice. I said, I completely understand. What's called? It's like you gotta be. It's something out there to be grateful for. You probably got somebody. If you don't, it's somebody out there who you grateful for. It's not always gonna be somebody special or something just come through and everything. It's always gonna be something you should be grateful for, and that's why I had it to learn today. That's the thing I had it to go through because I was like when I'm on some bull stuff and everything, especially with God, I try to drag it out. I try to drag it out like a dog wipe his butt on the ground. I really drag out my I'm a childish person with when it comes to God. I'm gonna be truthful and honest with you. I know I'm about to get spanked, but when it's time to be like, damn, that's enough, or everything like, yeah, that's enough, and everything. So, nah, at the point at that, I was just like, man. So it's just like whenever you, I don't know, like what you going through or anything, life must be good. Life can be good over there on your side. This, just remember, just be grateful and everything. It's not something like, don't take for granted. That's the word. Because I'm still learning. Because, bro, I be having trouble with that. I be thinking of stuff like, for real. I take it because you never know when your last day. Hopefully, it's long. You don't have to worry about that, but be able to make sure you say thank you, and give him praise. That I'm still learning, give him praise too. But after that, yeah, I was just like, I just leaned back and everything, because like, man, because I really don't know why I was like saying like the school stuff and everything. Yeah, I started from a rough. It's like I don't want to offend nobody, but I'm gonna tell you how it is. How from my point of view, I look at everything as a video game. Well, not everything, life as a video game. It's a trash game for real. But what's it called? I didn't know Yeshua at the time. I knew of him, but I used him like, I say some stuff like in high school. I was trying to get into Africans high school, and it was my like ninth grade year, and they was going to send me to Iroquois High School. I was like, nah, I ain't trying to go there. And we read the stuff on the thing. My mom up here like, a gang bang school? I'm not sending my child there. And they a dirty eye and everything. And personally, I'm glad I went there because I met so many great people, great teachers, and on top of that, it was the best school I ever like high school. Yeah, them schools to be having like more trouble and everything. Them are the best school because it'd be like you find teachers who really care. It'd be some. I'm not saying all schools not like that, but at the same time, it's just like, all right. Back to before I forget. All right, so after I was at Iroquois, no, after I was in the bathroom in my at my, we was still living at like Royal Gardens. It's some apartments we was living in, and what's called, she was making phone calls and everything, trying to get me in African with my brother. And I looked in the mirror and I said, God, if I said he don't like doing something, but I said, if you can get me into this school, I'll leave it alone or something. I said something like it was something about that. And then she got a phone call and they said, like I said, I'm talking about after like few seconds. And then she said it was something like, Michael, we can't get you in African. And I had to go to Iroquois. Man, like going to school without like it, because I always went to, it was Kennedy, Westport. And then what's called, I always went to school with like my brother and everything. But at the same time, after he graduated and he went to high school, I went to Mazik, and that was another it was a great school but bad neighborhood. But at the same part, it was just like different things. I was just like, man, I have a hard time being grateful. I have a hard time being grateful. I gotta make that switch too. It's just a hard time. I be like, because I be thinking back, and then at the same time I be telling you, and I'm up here while I'm telling you, I'm thinking about like, dang, I need to work on that myself. My friend actually reminded me on some stuff. Like sometimes it's good to just sit there and not say, you know how they say pray, just sit there. Like after you say Our Father in heaven, everything, just sit there. But I say, let me grab a story back from my memory. It's something good. What is it? Kroger. No, we already said Kroger because Kroger was something. I say, did I tell you about all the parties? I think I told you about all the parties I went to, the parties and everything. I told you about the clips and everything. It's like, should I like? Let me see. I say something like, I went to. All right, everybody went through stuff like King Von said. Everybody going through stuff. Damn. Oh, I need some water. Oh, that ain't gonna fly. All right, there we go, bro. I was like, bro, I don't know. You was saying I was looking down. I was looking like I don't have water in my own spot. Bro, I was looking everywhere in the room. I was looking everywhere under the bed. Bro, I was looking like in reflection. Bro, I usually keep water right here and everything. I'm up here like, damn, my throat getting dry. Whew. Alright. But, alright. So we back out for that. Alright. I say, what's a good... It's like, because I impressed... Alright. When I put down for the reason why it's hard for me to remember a lot of stuff, some of that stuff was traumatic and some of that stuff happened so long ago. I be moving on because all right. I remember. Let me lock in. All right. Reason why I forget a lot of stuff and everything. I used to remember a lot of things and everything. Smoking, and I don't drink. Not at all, because my childhood passed with the alcohol and everything. I seen how it did Pop's mom and everything. I don't do that. Like, people try to get me a drink so many times and everything. Like, even at parties and everything. I'm telling you, like, dreams, parties, they be trying to get me to drink. Even when I tell them I don't drink. Not at all. My childhood, it was the reason why I'm drinking everything. I don't do that. Not at all. And then, like, they would just be like, it's like, their face would be like, you know how you tell them something like that? And their face go like, and then they walk away like they was like really wanted to just see you would do it, testing you and everything. I was like, nah, I don't do that. And they was like, oh, Michael, please, let's do it. Yeah, just one drink. Yeah, it's what's that thing called? You know how they take a party and they mix like different drinks and everything? I'll be behind the scenes. I'll be like carrying the groceries in, but they be missing like all of these drinks together, and then they drink it. I'll be like, no, not at all. It's not even going to mess you up like that. I was like, no, nah. Cause like that's one sip, like nah, them demons want one sip out of me. I was like, nah, brother. I already experienced a life on what alcoholic do to you and everything, and it's not good. It's not a good childhood. And then when I actually talked to my dad, and he was telling, it was like it happened like when he had a kids and everything, and then checked on eating. It was like a depressing moment and everything. And that's how it usually creep up, and nah. But yeah, I be suppressing my memory and everything because of different things. I keep on playing it as a game. I keep playing life as a game. Like for the half of the time, before I was trying to learn, like before I went back to Kroger, I was like, nah. When I went back to Kroger recently, right, like probably a year, about to be like when I left LG&E and my over my unemployment ended. I remember a dream God showed me. I was on this on a pallet. I was looking down. I was like, I rubbed my head like, oh my God, I hate this place. And like, I look terrible. I look miserable. So I said to myself, like, I'm gonna do better than what I ever, like, each day I'm gonna just do better than I was yesterday. That's why I told myself I'm gonna do better than what I was yesterday. So I kept on doing that, and like in my head, I seen what happened to me right there. But like when God showed me these like dreams or vision and everything, I look at it like the Speed Force. You know when Flash was running in time and everything, you had different timelines you can pick. And I was like, I'm not going to get to that timeline where I'm up here like, oh my God, I hate this, can't take it no more. I was like, nah, I'm gonna play this chess game and everything. That's when I was like, all right, I'm doing this. And I always remind myself I'm gonna do better than I did yesterday. So I gave it like I'm pushing carts and doing this and everything, always talking nice and friendly. I'm gonna just say I'm gonna do better than I did yesterday. Kept on reminding myself, and then I said I'm gonna get through this, and I'm up here listening onto you know how Instagram and all that got signed on God and all that. Use your discernment, and you can see through which one is good and which one bad. Sometimes I'll be messing up my own self, but at the same time, when they telling me all this stuff, and I just passed through it. I was just going fast through it. I was passed through it. And then they was like, I got to a point, and I'm up here like, I flew through like different seasons. You remember when I said different season, new demon and everything? Bro, I was flying through it. I was not like, I'm trying to get to it, because I remember that vision he showed me. I was like, I'm trying to get to where I'm up here streaming. I'm up here doing music. It was really music. I didn't really see the streaming like that until one time and everything where he was like, it was like my friend kept on reminding me. This was a new friend I met at Kroger, and I seen him. God brought him in my life. Everything I gotta make time to spend time because I be locked in and everything. I get locked in to a point where I'm focusing on the future and everything, and I gotta remember to focus on the now. Like, you got some good people around you, like spend time with them on everything, because you never know what's going to happen, especially so if you locked in to the future so much. You like, oh yeah, I see what God about to do. He about to flip the table, about to turn it up, everything, and you out here focusing on, you out here bring you, say he bring you a wife, a friend, and he bring you some other stuff and everything. But you out here like, God, this is not the moment right now. I like think he's like, you out here. You asked him about this like long time ago. I'm talking about he answering blessing a long time ago. But you too caught up in what now? So you now we on the same train. Now you get what I'm saying. And I'm out here like, I'm just focused. I'm out here like, man, I'm trying to. And then you battling other other sins and everything, other demons and everything, because them demons creep around the corner when you don't want them to. But what's called, so I'm out here doing all this other stuff, but my problem is I focus on the future, not the now. I be like, man, I'm trying to get to the future, bro. I'm trying to get to the future where I'm out of here. I'm trying to get to the future where I'm not worrying about nothing else. I'm not worrying about, but you never want to get to a point where you're so rich, or you caught up like where you out here like, God, why I need you? Because remember that one part when I said, remember all that stuff you don't show to the public, all that stuff, you be like, dang, I did it again, or I be slipping back into that one thing you addicted, you don't like to be saying, you make jokes and everything about it. That's, he helped you with stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm out here like, I get so locked in. That's why I'm out here like, I'm trying to like, when I get a car, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend, but at the same time I gotta make sure I make time for I get on stream. So it's just so much stuff for balance and everything. So I'll be like, man, I need to stay focused, but at the same time don't get too far in the future, because if you get too far in the future, you're gonna be like, because time is important, but at the same time you gotta make sure you spend time with your family, because the future, it's changed, but the future, you never know what the future will hold. You never know when life, because your decisions and you're making and everything, it can like a rock, throwing a rock in your what you went left. Something can change in that and everything. You never know. So it's basically just live life, but at the same time, don't get too locked in on the future, because if you too locked in, bro, you gonna miss out on the stuff what God what you asked God from a long time ago. And I'm talking to myself, and I'm looking at myself, but you would take part whatever you need out of this everything. That's how I used to do to when I like somebody I used to see them. Bruh, I swear to God, my throat be itch. I'm not gonna lie, this bad boy be like hitting. But yeah, I be like, and then I be like trying different things, like when I stop eating meat, like red meat, and I'm trying to get off of chicken. I'm just eating like turkey and everything, like turkey, smoked turkey with the things, with rice and everything, jambalaya. But I just use that. Now I use chicken broth. I haven't switched to that. I mean, it's really good. But at the same time, I say like, yeah, if you enjoy the moment, that's something good to say. Enjoy the moment, because if you not enjoying the moment, you just like, I wouldn't say you wasting time, but you just not like enjoy the moment of what you do have, because you never know what you gonna miss. Because like it could be something really cool go down, or something you never thought you would like be a part of. So enjoy the moment of what you do have, and make sure you be able to slow down and smell the flowers. Like, still do what you gotta do, but slow down and smell the flowers. Sometimes it's good to wait, and sometimes it's good to not be like stagnant or anything, but to wait and just be like, damn, that's nice. Like, I used to get up early, and I'd be like, I'll work out early too, but I get up and I'll watch the sunset, not sunset, but sunrise. Everything, the clouds be different too. The clouds look like it look beautiful. The clouds, I mean, different lights and everything. The clouds be hidden, and I'll be like, dang. I take pictures of it and everything. But that's something on, like, I need to slow down. Right now, I'm dropping my speeds right now, but like at the same time slowing down, because I'm out here like I'm zooming past out here I'm looking for the next thing. Guy out here like, for example, let's say guy out here like, here's the car. I'm out here like, I'm trying to get to that Hellcat. Hey, every time I'm out here pushing it, I'm pushing the other blessing I'm asking. I'm out here like I'm pushing on the south side. I'm trying to get to the mansion in the hills. I don't care about no mansion in the hills, but you see where I'm coming. You see what I'm saying. You see what I'm dropping. But at the same time, just enjoy life. It just gotta learn how to balance it. If you don't know how to balance it, take it to Yeshua and show him, give it to him. He'll balance it. But it's on life. I'm not gonna lie. Life can be hard. Life can be really hard, and some people. I know I used to say it and everything. I used to say, but this is reality. Like, I used to say to my mom, I'd be like, because she always be talking that God stuff and everything. And then I went like, but this is reality, bruh. He can, like, I know it seemed like nothing working and everything, but for real, it's stuff working. Cause like I'm saying, like I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I made a lot, not myself, but with his power. Cause I'm not dumb. Before I mess with like make a demon go mad or anything, I make sure I play the blood of Yeshua on me, put the full armor on me. But what's called on the same topic, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I can make some demons pop out the body, like I can make a nigga, I can get them mad, like. But nah, that's not a point. That's not a point. But nah, you just gotta. Hey, I'm telling you, it's fun after a while. It's some people, because when I be talking to people, it be church people too. They be like, one day I be like, I told somebody like, this one dude, he was God, God fearing everything. But it's not everybody not gonna walk the same path as you, so everybody not gonna see the same thing as you. Y'all not. It's like, and then on top of it, it was like what I learned. Everybody not equally yoked. Like, we all believe and follow in God and everything, but at the same time, it's like it can be your own friend, family, or anything. We're not all like. When I say yoke, this this is something I learned new too. So forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's like, you know how equally yolking everybody. So say you got a full cup of yolk, and this person got half cup of yolk. Y'all not gonna mix. I'm telling you, from the experience and everything, y'all not gonna mix, because the stuff you do, it gonna make them set them off and be like, this and everything. So that's the stuff, like, because I've been in different situations. God healed me from this situation, but at the same spot, all right, I'll say it like this. I wasn't gonna share it. I was gonna dabble around it and everything, because this is something. But damn, bro. But all right, I don't know, bro. But all right, I wasn't gonna share it. But all right, I can't remember what date it happened on, but I say probably last year. And all right, I had a falling out with my pops, and it was a situation brewing over and everything. But we're not equally yoked at the same time. So something broke out in the conversation and everything, and then it was like because I don't really want to break it down, but it's like we don't get me wrong. Over time, God healed the situation, but we're not equally yoked. It cause like, all right, the stuff I do at like I be telling you like, okay, I say this and this and that to make a demon mad, and like even in the studio, like all right, even the Holy Spirit be doing this stuff with me. But I be sitting in a room and these people be smoking. I'm talking about like they got everybody in the room got Glocks. Everybody in the room, not Glocks, but everybody strapped. Let's say that with stando clips. I'm in the corner right there. People telling stories and everything. It was like they went to the woods and everything, but these was hood. I'm talking about hood. You know when you try to joke with somebody and everything. You can be diverse and everything, but you try to joke with a hood person. Some of them not gonna laugh your jokes and everything. You'll hear, and then they give you that vibe. They just everything. I'm out here like, all right, bro, it's not worth it. Some do and everything, some don't and everything. I be thinking like, some not diverse and everything. It is what it is. But it was like one of them situation and everything. And I was up there with my engineer and everything. He was sitting back and they was saying something like, they said something like, they was telling a story about like how he went to the woods and he saw some beautiful stuff, and then I swear to God to you, bro, like I was saying, I was throwing like spiritual shots, but not too heavy. The Holy Spirit, when I say this, when we wasn't on the same timing, but this was the stuff I was doing. He said, "So do you see any snakes?" I lean in my seat like this. Bruh, I swear if you look in the room we was in was not that type of room to be doing them type of shots, like shooting like cowboys and everything. But when the Holy Spirit said like, "Do you see any snakes?" Bruh, I swear to God, everybody in the room went like, they was waiting for the dude he was diverse a little bit. He was hood, but he was still like, he was joke with me and everything. But after the Holy Spirit said that stuff, he went like, everybody in the room got silent. And then that's when, after a few minutes went by, the dude who was telling the story, he said, "Well, it's snakes everywhere. It's even snakes in your backyard." Just like that. I'm out here like, that wasn't even funny. But he was like, "And even in your backyard." Everybody started dying laughing. I'm talking about these grown men just dying laughing, just ha ha ha. I'm talking about real deal laughing. I was the only one in there like, and then I'm having a conversation with the host. I was like, "What is that now? You see what type of position we in? Hey, you can't. Everybody strap up in here. You can't just be saying anything like that." I was having a full blown conversation. I'm out here like, no, we was in we was in some deep waters. Like, if you say snake pit, we was in a little snake pit right there. Can't just be shouting out anything now, everything. And I'm out here like, here's. And when then after a while we got on point, and then like when he say stuff like that, I back him up and I ride with it. It's some fun, but at the same time, yeah, it was just different moments, and everything, and like that was like a joke, I guess, a joke to inside joke. But I was just saying like, yeah, it's time to call my Uber. It's time for me to get out of here. All right, I see y'all. And they are here. All right, I see y'all. Something like that. I was like, yeah, bruh, I can't with them. Bruh, I really can't. So I left and everything. And after I left, I smelled like a ton of weed and everything. Ja gave me a random drug test. Y'all know how them goes in Arizona and everything. But yeah, everything Man, everything just be like a given. It's like I be in these different spots in life, and a lot of stuff I just be personally stuff like it could have been a lot of stuff because I remember a lot of stuff I could have perished on. Like, all right, all right, I don't know y'all believe this or anything, but purgatory. Now that's another story for another conversation. Because I don't know, because I had like that's another conversation. I gotta get the thing what I'm trying to get in order to tell y'all about purgatory. Because purgatory, that's like, all right, you got hell, and then you got like purgatory. But this is the story about like just being like you gotta just remember to be grateful. Just remember to be grateful, and all the old blessings you ask. Because when you ask for more, you gotta give more. So like I be asking for a lot, and I really didn't take that as an accountability, accountable for that. But I be asking for a whole bunch for real. I don't want to live no regular life, but what's called. But I didn't take that in consideration of what more I got to do more and everything. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I start following God, it was like information wise, but I thought like I was still doing music. Don't get me wrong, I still do music. I just gotta have a bag. But at the same time, they was like it was just more so if I don't get like when I started on doing the music, no, alright, when I followed God, I was in the music, I was doing like I was sending shots, I was basically sending shots at demons and everything. You know, it's a wild thing because I did like research and everything, and I'm still doing research. You always gotta keep on learning and different stuff, but I don't think that's the main point of the conversation today. But the main point is to be grateful. Be grateful on what you got. I know it sounds like you out of all people you think why you talking like you need to be grateful? I'm out here. I'm just saying, bro. I'm saving you from a lot of trouble down the road. I already been down the road multiple times, and I'm just like, bro, it's better to obedience. That's what it is. Be obedience and grateful, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You can say you a whole lot of time, like how I say, life is a game, bro. Life is a game, like real deal game. If you really play your game right, you can like really get ahead in life really fast in life. But you wanna, it's like it's a two types thing. I'm not gonna lie, the devil gonna come knocking. He gonna come knocking. It don't matter what you be doing, bro. I thought I can escape that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, nah, no. From a youngin, I knew how to think. I was like, okay, this is a bull system and everything. I'm not trying to do this all my life and everything. So what's called? It started like this. You can believe me or not. Use your discernment. Take it back to God or whatever you gotta do. All right. I was training to be a firefighter, and then when I was training, I had this dream. Like, all right, after I went to the studio and for the first time over my brother friend's house, and we was rapping, and they said, "Yeah, you got a net for this." I'm out here like, "You're not bull, y'all dead serious." They was like, "Yeah, you actually sound really good," and that's when I was like, that's when I start wavering, and I was like, I got net into rapping. Bro, rapping can change my life. Fire department, it could change my life too. But, rapping, when you were looking at, before you knew the details of the rapping, you'll hear like, bro, this can change I can live on that lifestyle, Lamborghini, everything. It really can change. Alright, so shortly, I went to sleep on one of them nights, and I had this dream. It was basically me, but it was like a little cornfield, a crossroads type of thing. And then it was like I ran to myself. I was right here on, how the camera, like you the camera, everything you watching. I ran to myself. He said, "Oh, forget about the rap. No, forget about the fire department. He said F on the fire department for real. He said, go and do that rapping. Go and do that rapping. All right, it was a demon. Like later on, I figured out that because nobody got sent. I'm gonna cuss at you, everything. But what's it called? He was like, that's why I was like, I put in a song like a long time ago, lyrics saying a demon told me to go get it, so I went to go get it. But that's how I started off with the rapping and everything. So I was like, after I started off there and everything, I made song, but my lyrics would be like, it'd be ghetto, but not healing the soul type of thing. It'd be like, I'm not, all right, I know I talk about God and everything, but I'm not no Christian rapper. I'm just saying there. But I'm saying like God did help me out in a lot of my situation. I'm not going to be like, put the credit in the back of my pocket and be like, yeah, I did it myself, bruh. So how you get here and everything? Me? How you make it this far? I know it's been tragic and journey. I take the mic. I did that. I'm not gonna do that, bro. I'm gonna get in the car and everything, man, and something. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But at the same time, I would just like. That's how it all started. And that's why I have running ends with them. It'd be like tests and everything. Because everybody go, because I'd be like, man, am I the only one getting this and everything? No, everybody actually, when I actually talked to another hood person, I had a dream where I was sitting down and it was Future, Future the rapper. He was talking to me and he said, you almost there. And he gave me a chain, like, with the eagle on it and everything, a chain on it, where on the path I was still running on. And then I remember some other dude saying, yeah, when I was rapping, Future gave me a chain on when I was dreaming of it. And that's when I was like, oh, I thought I was the only one. Nah, everybody else to get these dreams too. So it's like a system process and everything. And when it get deeper the way you go. Like, all right, this is like, I'm not saying everybody gets to. It's different things for different people, but this was my experience. That's why I don't really talk about it. But all right, it was that one, and then on top of it, it was these parties. They at these dreams. It'd be like a sex party, different type of parties and everything, to get to. It's like where, all right, I'm gonna use Diddy for example, P Diddy, on them type of parties, but it was in a dream, and they was out here, they test you out, test around everything, not like it. See, like, will you do it? Will you do it in your dreams, you wouldn't have a problem doing it in reality then. And then, but I said no in the dream, and that's when they shut the curtains, and then it was over. And then it go to another stage. It's like different stages and everything. Like, all right, he wouldn't do this. And then I saw big grapes on like rappers and everything, but their eyes and everything, they wasn't normal eyes. And I was like, dang, everything. And then after that, I was like, all right, I rap about the stuff I rap about my life and everything, but at the same time I squeeze God and uplift the beat a little bit. And I noticed that messed with the demons. So I locked down and I zoomed in harder. I went like, ooh, let me do that a little bit more. I tend to up the volume for it. But at the same time, it was like, you gotta pick a side, bro. You gotta and even the demons at the end of the day, them they gonna try everything, but it was just more and more over. I'm talking about the music game. They got big demons in there, I'm not gonna lie. But you can't be afraid. Can't be afraid. But yeah, that's why I got on here and say I don't know where I was going with this story, but hey, if you learned something, that's good. If you didn't, go break it down. It probably won't make sense, because usually when I got like information, a lot of information dropped on me or anything like that, it took me like a day or two to process it, and then I'll be like deciphering the whole thing. But hey, if you did learn something, that's good. If you didn't, I'll make sure I do better explaining myself and everything. I might just start writing like bullet points on down, and then really be able to explain. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you coming through. Made it more roomy in here. It was when it was 0 viewers. I was like, man, I hope you show up today. I hope you show up. And I'm out here like, man, I'm actually glad you're here. When I see you come in here, I'm out here like, hey, you late? No, you never late to the party. Thank you. I appreciate you joining my live. I appreciate you listening and learning something or taking whatever you need from it. Just remember to be grateful and treat people how you want to be treated. That's how I go by. I try to treat people how I want to be treated, and try to not talk behind nobody back, because I heard if you like you start talking behind people back, you lose blessings off of that. And that's just something. Just get in a habit of not talking behind nobody back. If you do or if you don't, if you ever get caught up in something like that, and people come around you, and you start noticing people won't come to you if they like to gossip and everything. They're like, you gotta kill that conversation fast. That's just a bonus and you just gotta kill that thing fast, because like nothing come out good. Because if they talking behind you, they gonna talk about you. And hey, when they do, and I know when people talking about, like, they be staring at you, and then I'm up here, I stare right back at them. I be like, what you gonna do about it? But I'll make sure. Alright, I'll catch you later, and thank you again. You thought I forgot? I never forget. Tight, locked in twin.